Happy Thursday, everyone. Today, as you can see, we are going to be talking about equivalent fractions on a number line. So, if I wanted to do equivalent fractions on this number line, let's just look at this top one for right now. I want to look at my number line and see what I already know about this number line just by looking at it. And just by looking at it, I can see that this number line has been divided into fourths. 4 sections. So I am actually going to go ahead and label this number line like we've done before. So 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4. And then again, remember this one whole could also be 4/4 because that means 1. So now I want to prove that 1/2 is equal to 2/4. Well, and I'm going to do this in a different color so you can kind of see. So if I was going to take this number line now, and for me, I'm just going to pretend that it's blank. And I'm going to try to divide it in half. So I would draw that line right here in half, and I could label it 1/2. So now if we look at it, we can see that this bottom part is divided into fourths, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, and my top half is now divided into half. So I have this 1/2. So when it's at the same place on our number line, it's at the same point. So 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4, or 2/4 is equivalent to 1/2. Okay, so let's look at this next one. So we have 3/4 is equivalent to 6/8. So again, I just kind of want to start with what I know about my number line, and let me find out how many parts my number line is divided into. It's divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm just going to go ahead and label it with the 8s because that's what it's already divided up into. So 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8. Oh goodness. 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and again, this one could be 8/8. So now that I know that, I can see where my 6/8 is. So now I want to divide my number line up into fourths because I've dealt with the 6/8. The 6/8 is right here. I'm going to put a point there so we can see it. And so to divide my number line into fourths, I'm actually going to do this in a different color, again, just so you all can see. So when I'm dividing up a number line, I like to start by dividing it in half because that kind of gives me a starting point, right? And again, I need fourths, so I know this is half, and I know I'm going to need to make it into fourths, so I need 2. Okay, so let me check with this red that I have 4 sections. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, okay? So those are my fourths, and now I need to plot 3/4 on my fourth number line. So I could label those 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4. Okay, well when I look at what I've plotted, I can see that 3/4 is going to be at the same point that my 6/8 was at, which does make them equivalent on my number line. Because again, going from 0 to 3/4 and 0 to 6/8, that is the same amount of space. So here's our next one, and I actually want you to try this one really quick. Just try it, and then come back and check yourself, see if you got it. So again, we are going to start with what we know. I always like to just kind of start what I know. So I know that this is divided up into a lot of sections, so I need to figure out what it's divided up into. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spaces. So I'm just going to go ahead and label those. 1 twelfths, 2 twelfths, 3 twelfths, 4 twelfths, 5 twelfths, 6 twelfths, 7 twelfths, 8 twelfths, 9 twelfths, 10 twelfths, 11 twelfths, and again, you could put 12. Oh, I'm running out of room. 12 over 12. Okay, so now I am going to go and plot this 8 twelfths since I can see it easily on my number line. I'm going to put a point right here. And then I'm going to take a different color so you can see. And I'm going to, now I need some sixths. So I am again going to start just in the middle of my number line. Okay, so now I know I still need to get to 6. So I've got to think about how I can get 6 equal spaces on my number line. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to come over here. So that gives me 1, 2, 3. So which means I still need 3 on the other side. So I need 1. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to label these 6. 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, and 5 6. And then I'm going to plot my 4 6 because that's what I'm trying to prove, that 4 6 is equal to 8 twelfths. So I'm going to plot that, and as I can see, it is on the same spot of my number line as my 8 twelfths is. When you're doing this, sometimes it will take some trial and error to get your spacing even. That's okay. It takes me a couple times to do it as well. So I have one more down here. It's this 1/3 and this 2 6. So again, I want you to pause this video and I want you to try this one and then come back and check yourself. So I notice about my number line, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. So I'm just going to go ahead and label those. 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6, and then again 6 over 6. I'm going to plot this 2 6 so I see it and I know where it is. And now I need to divide my number line up into thirds. So I'm going to pretend that my 6 are not on this number line, and I'm going to do my best to divide it into thirds. So I'm going to look at it, and I think 1's going to go here, and I think 1 might go over here. Now I just kind of need to make sure I have 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I do. And you can erase these little dashes. I just like to do them to make sure that I have the amount of pieces that I need. So I'm going to label my thirds, 1 third and 2 thirds. And again, you could label this 3 thirds of your whole. So now I need to plot this 1/3, and I'm going to stick it here. And I can see that from my 0 to my 1/3 and my 0 to my 2 6, the amount of space is the same. Again, doing equivalent fractions on a number line does take some practice, and that's okay. We always need practice. I even can still need practice with them. But do your best to try and get your spacing equal. Your work really needs to be neat when you do this, or it's going to be really hard to read. So your classwork or your practice work for the day is called Equivalent Fractions on a Number Line, and it's going to have you practicing fractions, equivalent fractions on this number line. It's also going to have you create your number line. For some of the questions, please be sure to read the directions, as it will offer some clarity in what to do. The directions are on the first slide, and they are also with each number. I hope you have a great rest of your day.